All right. Going now to Greg Gaylor from the Boston Preservation Alliance. Greg, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I'm Greg Gaylor, the Executive Director of the Boston Preservation Alliance. I want to thank Chief White-Hammond for touching on many of our concerns, and we're excited to work with her. And I also thank councilors for their support and recognition that historic resources are a critical asset of the city. But I'll be a little more blunt than others this morning. How we treat our cultural heritage in Boston is in crisis. We're failing to balance growth and change with how we protect the places that represent our collective past. The Under-Resourced Landmarks Commission struggles each day to fulfill its regulatory responsibilities to review demolitions, to attend to demands for new landmarks, and to provide prompt service to properly guide growth balanced with preservation. The guardrails in our system are failing. The BLC struggles to reply to residents begging for help as they see their neighborhoods whittled away. The BLC is unable to be proactive, unable to be equitable, unable to properly guide our city with efficient, fair, and up-to-date regulations and procedures, unable to focus on fixing the process, as was mentioned earlier. Without investment in the Landmarks Commission, the City of Boston simply cannot meet our goals for equity and inclusion, cannot meet our environmental goals, without proactively addressing over 70% of the city built before World War II. They can't respond to residents demanding the distinctiveness of their neighborhoods not be erased, or effectively guide property owners and developers. Now, while I thank the mayor for offering modest increases to the Landmarks Commission budget, including funding for an additional staff member, these increases do not halt the backward momentum we're facing. And I have some proposed solutions. I urge the city to provide financial support for 3 items. Number 1, a permanent additional BLC staff person as a community liaison to focus directly in the neighborhoods, helping to address the serious equity imbalance we have. For example, Mattapan has only 1 landmark. Hyde Park has none. New staff can provide guidance and collaboration with residents in communities, shift to a more proactive approach, rather than the too late reactive mode that causes the consternation you all hear from your constituents. We need this as a minimum for another staff increase. Number 2, funding to tackle the long-standing backlog you've heard about and talked about. That's nearly 90 pending landmark petitions. This ambiguity leaves buildings vulnerable. It pollutes the whole landmarking process with uncertainty. Additionally, it's completely inequitable, with groups able to privately raise funds to complete needed studies ahead of others. This backlog, you've sort of heard, is like a chain around BLC's neck, leaving them unable to complete the process of newly accepted landmark petitions in a timely manner. The delay caused by insufficient staffing in the backlog is why we recently lost buildings in Roxbury and the one already talked about in East Boston. We estimate that $200,000 could just tackle this problem, either by outside contract or with a temporary 3-year staff position. I think it's unrealistic to think that with existing staff and moving people around, you're going to get this accomplished. This should not require outside fundraising. This is a central function of the city, and it should be in the budget. Finally, number 3, which was also referenced, a multi-year comprehensive survey of historic resources throughout the city. This is a long overdue investment that will benefit all constituents. It will reduce uncertainty, allow for planning and forward thinking, and provide a tool for the city to better control the fate of its existing buildings. It'll provide an understanding of the historic resources we have, their value to residents, and how we can best evolve and grow without destroying the heritage important to all. It'll discover stories and places of importance to our BIPOC and immigrant communities who are woefully underrepresented in both our historical narrative and in the places we protect for future generations. A survey also helps guide development by providing information about the significance of properties, reducing the surprises encountered today, which leads to frustration all around. A survey will allow the city to better direct desired growth to where it will be more universally welcomed, better balancing the growth and preservation we all desire. This is a serious commitment that we need, and we estimate this is a $3 million multi-year initiative. Note that the 2 latter items pair well with the one-time 3-year window we hope to see in the federal stimulus funds. I urge you to remember that historic resources that we enjoy and learn from today, and the new ones that we uncover as we broaden our stories, don't survive by accident. They require investment, serious investment, That's an important part of the city budget. Thank you.